Have you ever noticed how certain problems in life seem to shadow your every step, appearing in different relationships, jobs, or situations, yet carrying the same familiar weight? Perhaps it is a recurring conflict, a type of heartache that refuses to heal, or mistakes that surface again and again, despite your best intentions. There are moments when clarity feels close, when the wisest choice seems obvious, yet impulsive words, habitual reactions, or old patterns take control before reason or wisdom has the chance to intervene. If these moments resonate, it is a sign that the inner mind is stirring, seeking awareness. The greatest obstacles are often not external circumstances or other people, but the habits and reactions cultivated within your own mind. Every choice you make, every action you take, and every word you speak sends ripples into the world, sometimes returning as unexpected friction, difficulty, or challenge. According to the Buddha, life unfolds through three fundamental gateways, three doors through which every thought, word, action, and karmic seed enters the world. These are the three doors of karma: the door of the body, the door of speech, and the door of the mind. Everything we experience, our relationships, our emotional patterns, our sense of stability, and even our purpose, arises through these three doors. When they are left unguarded, suffering repeats itself. When they are observed with clarity, transformation becomes possible. This teaching is not about blame, and it is not about punishment. It is about empowerment, seeing the inner architecture of life so clearly that you can recognize where self-sabotage begins, and crucially, where it can be stopped. The three doors are not abstract ideas. They are living tools, practical and applicable to everyday life. Door 1. The door of the body. Action as the architect of destiny. The first door is the body, the realm of physical action. This is the most visible form of karma, yet its effects run far deeper than the surface. Every gesture, every movement, every choice plants seeds that will eventually ripen into experiences, sometimes gently, sometimes sharply. The body is a gardener, continuously sowing, whether consciously or unconsciously. The Buddha taught that the karma of physical action is shaped by two primary forces: generosity and restraint. Generosity is more than giving material possessions. It is the willingness to act in ways that ease suffering, offer relief, or provide support without expectation of reward. Generosity is present when you sit quietly with someone who feels unseen, when you comfort a friend in distress, when you assist without being asked, when you care for animals, or when you move through the world with care and presence. Even small acts, a smile to a stranger, picking up litter, choosing patience over irritation, plant seeds. Over time, these seeds grow into opportunity, connection, and unexpected support. Moments of assistance appearing just when needed, doors opening effortlessly, or difficulties easing almost magically are often the ripening of generosity sown long before. Equally vital is restraint, often overlooked in daily life. Restraint is the ability to pause when anger rises, to refrain from lashing out, to resist taking what does not belong, or to act patiently when provoked. Even subtle actions, pushing past someone in frustration, slamming a door, speaking harshly to an animal, or interrupting a conversation, plant seeds whose ripening may create obstacles later. These are not punishments. They are natural consequences, the unfolding of cause and effect. When harmful physical karma ripens, life can feel unexpectedly heavy. Opportunities vanish, accidents appear more frequently, conflicts escalate, and challenges that once seemed small become overwhelming. Conversely, actions rooted in generosity and restraint create flow. Many call it luck, but it is simply the maturation of seeds planted consciously or unconsciously long ago. Every action plants something. The question is never whether the seed will grow. It will. But what kind of seed has been sown? Consider the subtler acts of daily life. Choosing not to honk in frustration, picking up a bottle from the floor, walking calmly past a difficult encounter instead of reacting with irritation, offering your full attention in a conversation, protecting an animal from harm, letting go of entitlement. These small, seemingly inconsequential gestures shape the architecture of experience, building a foundation for a life of resilience, harmony, and opportunity. The door of the body is the first gateway to conscious living, and guarding it requires mindfulness of every gesture, movement, and action. Door 2. The door of speech. Words as architects of reality. The second door is speech. Words, though seemingly light, carry immense power. They shape relationships, influence trust, affect reputation, and even mold the internal climate of the speaker. A single phrase can heal a heart or shatter it. A carefully chosen sentence can build a bridge. Careless words can burn it entirely. Unlike physical actions, which may take time to bear fruit, the consequences of speech can appear almost immediately. The Buddha taught that right speech rests on 4 principles: truthfulness, kindness, purposefulness, and timing. These are not rigid rules. They are shields, practical protections that preserve clarity, connection, and harmony. Words aligned with these principles build trust, deepen relationships, and create spaces where understanding and cooperation flourish. Self-sabotage often happens through speech, frequently unnoticed. Courtesy in action may be undermined by sarcasm at the wrong moment, irritation hidden beneath politeness, gossip disguised as concern, empty promises, exaggerations to impress, lies told to avoid discomfort, or jokes masking resentment. These patterns plant seeds of conflict and misunderstanding. Speech karma ripens quickly. Misunderstandings escalate, friendships strain, partners distance themselves, workplaces become tense, and life can feel heavier than it should. Often, what appears as external friction is the echo of one's own words returning through others. Conversely, conscious, compassionate, and intentional speech produces rapid harmony. Clear, kind, honest, and meaningful words foster trust, respect, and connection. Opportunities for collaboration, leadership, and influence arise naturally when speech aligns with intention. Observing this door requires a simple yet profound practice. Before speaking, pause and ask, will these words create connection or suffering? Even a single moment of reflection can alter the trajectory of karma. Words are energy in motion, and they shape reality both outwardly and inwardly. Consider the subtle ways speech influences life. A calm answer to a frustrated coworker, gently correcting a misunderstanding instead of reacting, expressing gratitude in a letter, listening fully before responding, or offering a compliment to someone silently struggling. These small interventions ripple outward, creating harmony not only externally, but within the speaker's own mind. Door 3. The door of the mind, the root of all karma. The third and most vital door is the mind, All karma originates here. Thoughts, beliefs, emotional patterns, fears, cravings, judgments, and reactions pass through this inner gateway. Though invisible, the mind is the true architect of life. The Buddha identified 3 fundamental roots of suffering: greed, hatred, and delusion. Greed is the grasping force, the belief that fulfillment comes from acquiring, controlling, or possessing more. Hatred is the pushing away force, manifesting as anger, resentment, or cruelty, which narrows the heart and erodes compassion. Delusion is the misunderstanding of reality, the belief that peace is external, that the self is fixed and separate, or that life can be controlled through attachment to impermanent things. These 3 poisons are the roots from which suffering grows. When nourished, they sprout anxiety, stress, repeated conflict, poor decisions, emotional heaviness, and cycles of dissatisfaction. Mental karma often matures inwardly first, presenting as unease, chronic dissatisfaction, or a persistent sense that something is wrong even when life appears outwardly stable. The Buddha's profound statement captures this truth. It is intention that I call karma. The moral weight of an action lies not in the act itself, but in the intention behind it. 2 people may perform the same deed, yet their karmic consequences differ entirely based on the quality of their mind. Even well-meaning actions can produce suffering if the mind is clouded, while small acts performed with clarity and compassion ripple outward positively. Cultivating wholesome intentions, kindness, patience, clarity, humility, generosity, compassion, softens reactions, broadens perspective, and creates resilience. Challenges continue to arise, but they are met with awareness, not self-sabotage. The door of the mind is the gateway to liberation. Simply recognizing whether a thought is driven by greed, hatred, or delusion interrupts the cycle before it manifests outwardly, giving the mind freedom to respond rather than react. Reclaiming the garden, stopping self-sabotage at its root. Mastery does not require perfection. It begins with awareness. The goal is not to close the doors of body, speech, or mind, but to guide what passes through them. Each moment is an opportunity to plant seeds consciously. The past shapes the present, but the present shapes the future. Small, intentional actions can shift life: a deliberate breath, a kind word, a pause before responding, a choice to release irritation, or a mindful gesture of generosity. Ask yourself, will this create peace or suffering? Is this rooted in clarity, compassion, and generosity, or in greed, hatred, and delusion? These questions do not constrain life. They liberate it, dissolving unconscious patterns and opening space for wisdom to guide behavior. Karma is neither punishment nor reward. It is the natural unfolding of cause and effect. Life is not the enemy. The mind is not the enemy. Karma is not the enemy. Each experience is an invitation to awareness, a chance to see clearly, choose wisely, and plant the seeds that will shape a future of peace, abundance, and clarity. When the 3 doors are observed and guided with intention, the direction of life shifts profoundly. Plant peace, plant compassion, plant clarity. When these seeds take root, life blooms in ways previously unimaginable. The outer world transforms because the inner world has transformed. Guard the doors, guide intentions, and shape destiny with conscious awareness. One mindful moment at a time, life begins to align with the deeper wisdom already present within. If this wisdom resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to join us on the path of conscious living.